welcome to the sanctuary, everyone. It is Friday night, and we are continuing with our lives today. And so today is about. First, before I go anywhere, I want to say thank you so much for joining the community and helping me reach 100 subscribers. This has been an interesting journey so far for me, and I'm actually very, very grateful and thankful that I have known what I want. I took some time because I needed to take care of my body, pay attention to the things that was already calling within me, to to make those evolution process within myself. And I was still fighting myself and slightly not that I wanted to always be on social media, talk and share the things that I see that the world needs to have another perspective and outlook to help the new generation and even the old to start seeing themselves, start loving themselves, start showing up, and start understanding that not everyone has everything together, not everyone has everything perfect. Even if you think otherwise, even if they've been coming on and saying this, please trust that every one of us is really and truly doing our best and just believing in self. And it's a really something, it is something amazing to just believe in yourself and show up no matter what, without any judgment and etc. Yes, there's still some fears in between there because there will be things that will happen in along the way, but just showing up and just saying, hey, I want this, I'm just gonna keep going. So thank you so much for joining the community, joining the family. And for me, this has been another and only how do I say this, Whew, privilege, in a sense that I have always felt different. I have always had that experience where people just either they don't like me, or yes, I'm a little too much, or maybe I'm full of myself in their eyes and their perspective. But one of the things I've always understand, you have to see yourself and you have to love yourself. You have to show up for yourself. No one else is going to do it. And regardless to who likes you or not, how they like you or not, that has nothing to do with you, but just being yourself. And for me, being here and showing and talking the way that I am, this is really truly who I am in person. And it feels nice to have people see that and still appreciate it, regardless to there may be something you might not still like about me, but I'm building a community, family. And for me, family is literally always been just finding one or two people that still resonates with you in certain ways and tolerates you and accepts you. Again, there will be things about someone, one thing in particular might not really, but it's not that overwhelming that it's going to drift you away from someone. But if it is, understand that that's just not for you and just move on. You're going to meet new people. So thank you so much for being a part of my family, my life. This means a whole lot to me. And for me, it just means it's really, I'm 40 something years old and I'm opening myself in this way and a broader perspective. So it's really it's fun, it's fun. So that's what I want to say first. Thank you so much for being here now on my YouTube channel. I believe my love letters to self, the way that I'm doing it, is reaching many of you guys. And yes, my podcast and the way that I talk, again, this is who I am. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I'm not afraid to tell someone to believe in themselves, to see themselves. I will always be someone's cheerleader, because if something has been placed in your heart to do, show up, etc., I believe it is your job to do it and not to let anyone else limitate you, gaslight you, trick you, or make you think that you're not deserving of it. That's me. So yes, so we're going to talk about rituals of reclamation. And so I am again, I have always been very, 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 very different. Very different to my surroundings. I love taking care of myself, and that doesn't mean by I'm going out and buying expensive things. That means listening, literally listening to my body when I'm starting to get, again, I don't get rashes and all these things, but if I do, take a step back and I pay attention. Hey, this is not normal. What's going on? What am I eating? What have I been putting on my skin? And I literally go in and I scan everything. I will pay attention to the day, the week, what have I done differently, added, and analyze and see. Then I will test. I would sometimes take notes as well to see what ingredients did I add into my cooking, or what product did I buy that I'm not used to. Read, like I will go through and read the label, even look it up to see what some things mean, to see if it's that. And again, sometimes too is stress. So again, the real reasonings and the ways in order to understand how to love your body, how to love yourself, how to see yourself, face the mirror, is literally listening. This is the biggest key. You have to become now someone that something flares up, and do not wait. Do not wait. Take action right away. Stop, become the observer, and pay attention to the little things. Again, sometimes we don't even realize that our surroundings, the a person, or stress from work and how you're bringing it home, how all of that can take an effect on your physical body, breakouts, um, specific ailments as well. And honestly, I don't need society to tell me stress is a killer. We all know this, and I guess too, in a sense, too, being from the Caribbean, we know this. We know that stress is a killer. And so that will take me then into this topic I wanted to post today. I just have to wait for my phone to charge. It dies quickly, and it's telling me again my storage is full, so I have to go through and clean up a lot of stuff again. Sometimes we think doing, going is the key to achieving your dreams, making things happen. Yes, true. But if you're already putting in work, it does not mean that you have to keep being heavy. You gotta get, beat yourself up that you have to be doing this, do this. You're already doing that by putting out the energy. You're already doing that by the fact that you've already been showing up. So sometimes you have to understand too, which is one of the things I keep saying too, your body needs rest at the same time, because the new version of you that's already aligning, right, mentally and spiritually, is already. So sometimes our body, our physical body, this matter of flesh, bones, and etc., has to then catch up, because the spiritual energetic alignment is very, very heavy. And especially when you're doing something a tad bit new from what you've already been doing, from the mindset or the perspective that you've had. So you've already made that shift. Now your whole body has to follow through, follow it. So sometimes you don't have to be doing too much, and don't beat yourself up. And I will say that for me as well, because it's one of the things I try to pay attention to. The moment I'm feeling so tired and I realize, yes, I have been doing a lot, and 2-3 days a week I'm not able to do anything, I don't beat myself up, but I still make sure that spiritually I'm aligning fully. I accept the fact that this is where I'm at, this is what I want, this is what I'm doing. I've already shown up mentally, I'm already showed up verbally, I've already shown up with my actions and stuff like that that I've already been doing, and I accept that and appreciate it. And I said, okay, this is the week, or this 2 3 days is the days that universe wants my flesh to slow down, the everything fully embrace, then I'm quite okay with that. That was last week, and that was definitely last week with that. So here we go with this Q&As. Again, I don't know. What was that? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy by. Okay, so that was something else there. And again, whew, I apologize. It is getting really, really warm inside my bedroom. This is the reasons why I didn't want to be doing in my room. But anyways, so yes, and I love, really, I've always been taking care of myself. And this is one of the things too for me, why I did not fully comprehend that I have parasites. I've always been eating very, very clean. But then I realized something was going on when the foods that I love, which is, a lot of green and healthy stuff, was starting to give me irritations. But even though I was having those issues, I still didn't stay away from them fully. I still kept them to a certain degree. Um, so I wouldn't have breakouts. I'm someone, I don't like to wear heavy creams, especially perfume. I don't do too much with my face, my skin, or my hair. These are things, I'm very low maintenance, but in a how do I say this, and loving and an elegant way. I do, understand about makeup and all those things because I'm a model, right? But I still do my best. When I put on makeup for any shoots or anything like that, I wash my face thoroughly afterwards. I pay attention. I pay attention to the the facial wash that I use. I always have two kinds. One that's really and truly going to get in the pores and clean it out, and a moisturizing face wash. And again, I've shared this too before. There's sometimes I don't even put on a moisturizer, but that's because I pay attention to which one of those cleansing products I use, how's my day, and etc. And then I do the same with my body. My favorite thing I've been sharing now that I use the olive oil on my body. My favorite thing that I have always loved doing, I would go and shower and use, regular body wash. But after that, I would use an oil base, slightly mixed, last as the last body wash on my body. Or I would use my body wash and come out of the shower completely wet and put on my favorite oil, almond oil. This is what I love to do, and I know that's why I love doing now the olive oil. And the beautifulness of the olive oil is that color, like gold. And so I've always been taking care of myself. This has been a love language that has been with me from a very early age, very, very early age. My feet, from my feet to my head, I literally give it love, attention, and sleep. Many of you guys think sleep is like, oh, you have things to do, you shouldn't be sleeping. You will be surprised what sleep really and truly does. And even a siesta in the day can really and truly save you, your mental and your body. I sleep. I really do. And so this week gone, I've done something that I haven't done in a long, long time. The first time I got this Botox treatment was many, many years ago. An ex-girlfriend of mine, she's Brazilian. Again, I was in a Brazilian community in America, samba dancer. And I had a friend and we became very close to the point I called her my best friend. We were friends for literally almost 20 something years. And she introduced me to the Botox treatment winter Thanksgiving. So she lived in Switzerland and I in Germany, and we would see each other off sometimes. We would see each other often. And so she was celebrating Thanksgiving. Me and my daughter went, and she wanted to give me something nice, and she gave me the Botox treatment. And when she was doing her hairdresser was doing my hair, she's like, "Oh my God, Julia, your hair is very long." It was down to my butt at that time, and I haven't done the treatment after that for a while. When I then was put out on the streets, I think around 2022, something like that, I saw her again, and she got me the treatment again, and the person did my hair again. And then what I have been doing with it, because we have in Germany, especially Munich, sometimes we have long winters and it's been really, really hard. I've read up on it, and so I decided to try to implement it in only the winter season. So that's something that you can use on your hair every I believe it's every 3 months you should be doing it. I was doing it once a year because I didn't want to be doing too much heat on my hair, and the summertime I love wearing my hair curly. So yeah, and it's a really intense moisturizing treatment. I am low porosity hair. I'm also fine hair strands. I don't have a lot on my head, and my hair texture is so strange. Hair is looser than the other place here, and this whole area here is very loose. Like when I put curls in it, this section, the curls comes out very quickly. And here slightly only in the roots is always slightly a little bit tighter curls. So I have like different textures in certain parts of my hair, and so I paid attention to that for years, and so that's why I don't want to do too much heat on my natural hair. And then being here in the Caribbean, OMG, you sweat a lot. So I didn't want to be doing that too often, and thank God for my mom. She's seen how I've been using this thing. She was like, you haven't done it in a while, let me help you get it. I would love to share it to you guys, so I probably will find a way to share it on my next vlog or something like that, or on my Instagram account, because I want to talk about this. I do have an influenza Amazon thing, but it's only on my European page. So I've tried to go back to get it, and it's not happening. So my cousin was in America last month, and so she picked it up for me. But I will try to find a way to send it somewhere for people to understand. And so it's a moisturizing treatment, but you have to cleanse your hair really good, put it in, let it sit for about 30 to 40 minutes, leave some of it in when you rinse it out, and then you need to use heat to seal it. So again, I only do the roots, right? And I don't put, so the first time I use it, I try to do it every 2 weeks. So at least a month, I would just do the pressing and see how things go. And then maybe the next month, if my hair with the heat of Trinidad and stuff like that is too much, I will give it a break. And then I will do one more time and then give it a break. So that's how I kind of use it, because I want to protect my hair. And I still need to get 1 or 2 products to help to see if it will change things, which is something for frizz. I used to use John Frieda one, just because especially the front hair gets curly really quick. But anyways, so that's that. So the Botox treatment is something that I've been using. And what I wanted to add, I spoke about it in my other live on TikTok. My intuition has been asking me to use aloe vera on my skin. Now, I used to use a clean one on my skin as a moisturizer. And since I'm here with my curly hair and this heat, when I would go out in the sun, go shopping with my mom, those weeks that my hair days felt dry, I would spray my hair with fresh aloe vera juice. My mom has a lot of plants in the yard, and so I would cut it, blend it up, put it in a spray bottle, and spray my hair. Even after I wash my hair or shampoo, I will spray my roots always, and then finger run down, and then spray my ends as the last. Now, when my hair is curly, I don't wash my hair like shampoo every week because I don't use a lot of products in my hair. Again, I'm a low maintenance girl. But once a week, I always go in with like a leave-in, steam, and then rinse it out and re-moisturize, twist. And then the next week, I will do the shampoo in my hair. So, how does this? Why is this not doing what I want? Oh gosh, what is this? I see something coming up, but I can't seem to get it to come up for me. I've been reading so much about how to do lives, guys, and I seem to have something not figured out properly here. Q&A, this is what I was looking at. I have to find it again. So yes, what was I saying? So yeah, my hair situation again, I really, and I know how to do hair. I won't lie to you. I know how to do hair. I know how to do weaves, sewing, whatever you would want, French braids, all those kind of things. I know how to do. I just don't do it. I really don't. I don't know, do it on myself, and I didn't even do it so much on my daughter. I gave my daughter always a mix in between thing, style, where it's sometimes open, and if I were to give her any kind of cornrows, I always make sure it's light and not tugging on her hair in certain places. And I made sure and teach her from very early to love her hair. So it was always a nice ritual on the weekend, you know, make it a girly experience for her to enjoy getting her hair done by me, and also teach her as she's growing how to take care of herself and her hair and love the curls that she has. Because yes, I know we all want to be something different, but still, if you can still love your hair and then enjoy those differences when you do it, it's a bonus, because you're not saying, oh, I wish I was more of that than what I am. So yeah, that's it for my hair and my body. So I'm right now feeling a slight little bumps here on my arm. But one of the things I've been paying attention to, because I have the parasite situation, they literally try to live in the liver, because your liver is both clean and dirty. So when you're having any things on your skin, on face, so the liver is also going to be this side of the body. Pay attention to if you're having breakouts on the chin area, and if you're having anything on your arms. That's because the liver is really, really, really needing a cleanse and a detox. And so right now I'm kind of feeling slight little things, not much. So I'm going in with that aloe vera and rubbing my skin, just to help with that. And my mom has, we bought dandelion root extract, and I take that to help flush the liver. Drinking a lot of water, very important. Room temperature, room temperature. And so this is something that came to me that I want to post. I would like to give you guys a challenge to eliminate the amount of cold ice water you're drinking throughout your day. Start your mornings, start your day, let's put it that way. Start your days with your morning with having a hot cup of tea, any kind of tea, preferably um, natural, nothing sweet either. Nothing sweet, more natural. So that means no black tea, no coffee. The first thing you put into your body in the morning. If you can put a spritz of lime, will be nice. If you could put ginger, but nothing too artificial and nothing sweet again. And have that as the first thing you drink in the morning when you wake up. Now for the rest of the day, I would like if you guys would start drinking room temperature water until midday. Then you can add in your 1 cup, 2 cup of something cold. This reason why I'm saying this, you're gonna start re-changing your metabolic system, your fire within your gut, to help flush, open up the lymphatic system to start back to work, to start to get that fire back risen within you. That will start to affect and help your body to sweat, to cleanse, and to flush out food, drinks, coffees, etc., from your body. And now, if you have a regular day where you're always active, this is going to boost that even more. So, but the key thing here is to try not to have anything cold after 3 to 4 p.m. Your morning is the best time to drink hot and start to flush and activate your body to burn and flush, but not to add anything cold after 5 p.m. 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., that's where your body's already starting to slow down, and to, sit with what you've already ingested, eaten, dinner, lunch, whatever. So then you have the rest of the night for your body to just relax and digest that stuff. That's why in the morning you start back that system again, and you keep going, and you will see so much changes in your body. Now for me, I don't eat until, so sometimes my intermediate fasting lasts 22 to 23 hours. Really truly just depends on the particular day. So my first meal might be 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, and this has always been so for me. And my last meal, I always try not to eat my last meal after 6 p.m. My last meal is literally by 5:30. If I go till 6, I have something by 6 p.m., then cool. But I don't go after 6 p.m. And then the rest of the night, I'm drinking a lot of warm tea to help my body, digest and keep that fire, in a sense, within me, and let the food oh God, what's the word? I have the word on the tip of my tongue. But that's how I actually take care of my body. And I've been doing this, I actually have to say, I've been like this since I'm young. Really, truly. I've always been different, really. I eat slower. I would take about an hour or two, depending on what I'm eating, to eat. I like to sit. I like to enjoy my meal. I like to enjoy myself having that meal. I like to enjoy the taste of the food. So I don't really rush. When I eat, spoonful in, spoon in the or fork in the plate, and I'm just chewing, enjoying myself, the ambiance, and then I go back again. And I don't drink soon after I eat food. That is the worst thing you can do for your body, because you're not allowing your body to digest the food when you put liquids in. Eat half an hour, 45 minutes later, if you can an hour, then you have something to drink. So that way your body is able to completely start digesting the food before you add water in there to soak it up and just drown it, and then your body has to work overtime. So eat first, then have something to drink afterwards. Yes, when you go to the restaurant, I understand it's a little bit different, but I still do my best to chew as much as I can and then drink. Just pay attention to that. I don't try to drink. So literally, I love when you go to a restaurant, because you can stay there for at least an hour and a half. You have time. So I'm not rushing with how I'm going to eat and enjoy myself if I'm by myself, or the company that I'm with. So that's why I like it in that concept too, because I still don't have to rush, and I don't have to just eat quickly and then drink. So I'm able to implement that rule for myself there. Um, so yes, and that has a lot to do with the neuroscience and the mirror of the observer and rewriting your brain. Literally and truly, it's just being someone that's, honestly, it's being aware. All that it is being aware of yourself, being aware of, you notice things that you would like to change, the way that you think, the way that you show up. It's something that's coming up within you. It's present within you. So you just start to just take your time and listen. Honestly, just listen. And sometimes you just have to forget what the world has been saying and showing you. And I'm going to say this as a prime example. Since I'm here, um, I won't say my mom has not seen this before, but I realized too she's forgetful. It's gotten a little bit better, but she's forgetful. So she's seen, my mom and I have always been talking via Skype, WhatsApp, and stuff like that for years. And I've always cooked the way that I cook. I don't use a lot of sugars, really. And I always change the recipes. I always do things completely different from the recipe that I find or whatever, or I experiment. And it's funny too, because every time I've done that with experimenting with cooking from young till now, same thing with anyone who's around me. They're always like, oh, you putting that with that? And then when they taste the dish, which I'm actually just honored that they actually just taste the dish. They're always like, ooh. And they don't even realize too, some of the ingredients that I put in, they've seen, but the fact that I don't cook with a lot of fats and or bake with sugar. So sometimes you're like, you would think that has a lot of sugar in it to make it taste good and stuff like that. I don't. I have always used less sugar or no sugar at all. Replace it with something else, especially natural ingredients. And I've always added different ingredients for my dishes, whether it's food wise or baking wise. And so since I'm here too, my mom has been noticing that a lot. And so sometimes she would be like, "Ooh, that looks," and I would be like, "Okay, you don't have to taste it, you don't have to eat it, but you want me to cook something for you, or are you gonna cook?" And so she would still cook her dish, or sometimes she would just taste it just to see, and she was just like, "Oh, that's interesting." Sometimes people like, because of course, if you're used to having a certain taste, especially sweet, you wouldn't like something when it's different. You have to reprogram your brain to understand this is not a bad thing. I'm doing this for my health, yes. But at the same time, even though I've lessened the sugar or replace it with some other kind of sweetener, whether it's fruit, honey, or dates, it's gonna still be something that's gonna be healthy for me. And once you do that, your taste buds, after you've done that a few times, would not know the difference, because after a while you changing the way the type of sweets and sweetness that you've been eating, your body notices a difference when you have something that's been baked or cooked or whatever the regular way. So she did that today. First time she had a muffin outside from what she usually buys, and she was like, oh my god, it is so sweet. So health wise, I've said this to multiple people before, when you have already noticed something within your body that's happening, and let's say you've been to your doctor and they say, you gotta limit such and such, don't make yourself think that, oh, I gotta be healthy now, it's gonna be hard, and I have to not eat this and that and the other. No, just shift your mindset and understand, okay, this is what's going on in my body. I am the one who has to take care of it and love it. So I'm going to make these changes. If I'm someone that has to have a dessert after or whatever, I'm just going to look at switching from white sugar to white flour, whatever it is, and baking differently. It might take you 1-2 times to figure out the right ratios and etc., and the right specific taste that you would like to have. But once you make that shift, your body will understand and your mind will accept that, because you're not saying, oh, I have to change because my health and everything is going to taste bad, da 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 da. No, you just say, I am loving myself. So this shift I'm going to make is still going to be, it's going to help me clean, take care, and be vibrant and happy with myself and my body. And so therefore, I'm just going to now, I look at it always too as it's a new experiment. I'm going to learn to bake or cook in a completely different way. And how can I make this shift, be exciting and positive? And that's why I said, at the end of the day, if you look at it in that aspect, you will have fun with it. And with time, 2, 3, 4 times, you would then find that balance of how much sweet, what type of sweet to use, what type of fruits to use, what type of flour or whatever to use to help you to have that, still having that dessert in your life. You're not completely giving up. You're just saying, okay, I just need to make an adjustment. And I'm doing it for me. No one else is going to do it. I'm doing it for me. So guys, this is where you have to shift your mind. And again, the reason I can say this is because I've had this conversation on multiple levels with both men, women, and children and young teens. So when I put these things in these perspectives, it's just to help them understand you're not giving up on it, but you have to understand something is with your body. It's saying something different. Don't let the world make you think that doing differently is, you're not going to be enjoying the rest of the world, how they eat and etc. No, it's just you're going to be doing you in a different way, and use this as a fun experience to learn something new. Because you can brag about this later on to some friends, make that dish, have them over, make them then guess after they've eaten it, how did it taste, what do you guys think? And if they say it's amazing, you just share the fact that that doesn't have any sugar, or it has this in it and whatever, and they were like, wow. And I again reasons I've said this, I've had that happen a lot. I baked for my daughter, and the way that I cook and bake, people used to, I have one recipe in particular that they used to ask for all the time. All the time. And when I give them the recipe, they're always like, but that doesn't have any sugar in it. I was like, yeah, I know. You replace the sugar with this. And so that I have, again, that recipe that I have is a pumpkin chocolate chip, and I had two versions of it, one with lots of chocolate chip and one with barely anything in there, and they love both recipes. So I've had my daughter's classmate friends, their parents, to friends in our neighborhood, the friends that I've made along that period of time that I was in Germany, have every single time I've made it for the winter season, everyone would ask me for the recipe, and I gave it freely, and everyone used to always be like, that's the ingredients. So again, that's what you need to think about and look at, right? Yeah, so that's it. Always stop. We gotta stop letting letting society's training keep us captive, keep us closed, and thinking that if we do something different, or we have to do something different for our own health benefits, that it's going to be catastrophe, it's going to be complicated, whatnot. It's not. It's not. Okay, guys. So let's continue because my time is going. I have been doing more art, and I have been doing art for a very, very long time. Um, this part now, I've kind of found some flow into certain things. This is the birds of paradise. And this, I don't know what you want to call it, gold sun, gold, whatever you want to call it, moon, whatever. I love this. I've always been admiration for the goal, a goal circle. And that's what I started to, when I started to shift into my brand. The gold is something I've always loved, that color, you know. And I like color itself. So this came to me and I drew it. And because it came to me, and because my brand is Phare, the lighthouse, which is a beacon of light, someone that, in spite of everything, I still am always a light for myself. I seem to be a light for many, many people in many aspects of my life. And so I've enjoyed it and I claim it and I fully accept and understand it. So I've taken the lighthouse. I drew another one before, I shared that before. And so now that I'm on this gold circle kick thing, I've just been going with the flow of what's been coming to me. And for me, again, I'm someone that when my intuition is guiding me and I can see it, literally see it, I'm just gonna do it. And so that's what's been happening these past few weeks. I've been seeing specific artwork. Some, I don't know if you guys will like it. I've been sharing. I still do it because if it's there, I'm just gonna do it. And I wanted to keep up with my art so that I can keep that part of myself alive. And so I did this. And with all of these pieces, I'm trying to inject my signature in a way. Even though at the bottom of every page, I'm still putting JB, but I have been hiding my J in certain places. And so this one, I've been seeing this in my mind's eye for a few days. I love hydrangeas, especially the blue ones. Oh, I've always loved them. I had a plant when I was in my apartment in Germany. And I really, truly do. And I love the wicker basket situation. And it's quite interesting because the French somehow has always resonated with me. When I was younger, I met one day I was just walking down the street and this little lady just started to talk with me. And she was literally French, but she was speaking in English. And she was like, "You're too beautiful. You need to go to France. You're going to meet your husband there." This is literally, I was probably 21 or 22. And when I was in college too, people would always be like, "Are you Senegalese?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not." And one day someone was like, "You look like you can be from Senegal because of your features." I was like, "Who knows where my grandfather or great grandmother, came from, And they would speak French with me. And so when I went to Paris too, I went to Paris in late 2022, early 2023 for the first time. I've always wanted to go. Everybody was speaking French to me. It was insane. Everybody was speaking French to me, and when I told them no, I don't speak French, but I was already starting to slightly teach myself, so I knew the basic bonjour, comment ça va bien, c'est va bien, those sort of things. And it literally felt like home in the strangest way. Even though German came really easy for me, literally that came really, really easy for me. I just knew French was that thing. And so I came up with this week, finally. I posted a story about it. I had the whole image drawn out, but there was some tweaks I needed to make. And so I have this bag because I love it. I love going to the market. When I was in Europe, I love going to the market, to the supermarket with my basket. I had this bag and I had another one. I wish I could have taken it with me. But I love these type of stuff. And I love baskets, wicker baskets. I've always had at least 2 wicker baskets in my home for different things. But I really and truly love this texture. And my apartment, when I had my apartment, I section of was a studio. In my living room section, I had a sofa, and I had a huge, huge, beautiful jute rug. Oh my God, guys. I think back on my apartment and I'm always like, there was the thing for me about it, there was like, I'm as happy that I actually was able to get that done. I've always wanted to live alone. It took me until I got my apartment. I turned 42 or 41, I can't remember. I had it exactly on my birthday. I moved into my apartment on my literal birthday. And one of the things too I noticed throughout my years, when I have luck on my side, ladybugs. So my birthday is always in the winter season. The day I moved into my apartment, I had nothing. Someone, my daughter's first teachers from our school, the teacher, we kind of kept in contact with another. She gave me a mattress. So I was living in a women's home and they were helping me to do these things. I bought sheets and pillows. So when I moved into the apartment, my friend brought the mattress that night and I just made my bed. I had everything already washed and packed. And my first night, I was in my apartment on my birthday. I remember some friends too came by with some wine and flowers to congratulate me that, from what was going on, and everybody knew. I took a bath. Before I had the bath, I'm sorry, I had flowers. I sprinkled some of the flowers on the floor, and I had a lot of tea lights. I love candles, so I had different candles and tea lights, and I lit candles all over the apartment. I drew a bath and sprinkled some of those roses petals in the bathtub. After everyone had left, it was not a lot of people came by just to see me, say, congratulations. I had a bath. I sat down afterwards and had a warm cup of tea, and I saw 2 ladybugs in the dead of winter in my apartment. And I said thank you to the universe for this happening. And then I spent the next couple of months and stuff like that, taking care of my apartment, building it. And that time was COVID. It was also a lockdown situation. So a lot of the things came from Amazon. So that's why I was able to get through it at Amazon influencer, because I was also posting the dresses that I've been wearing. Sorry, some of which I still have today. I've posted those dresses on my IG fashion account, my modeling page. So those things are there buried down below from the old aesthetics, so to say. So yeah, I loved my apartment. Oh God. But anyways, and so I love wicker basket and I love gold. So these are the things that I've been doing. Now I've been doing a lot. Even though last week was really, really heavy for me, I rested a lot. I didn't read, I didn't do much, but I did find a little time in between where I could, so that I'm not laying down or whatever, and I was just doing little art by a little by little, little by little. So yeah, that's that. The next thing is this. As everybody knows, let me show you my, and again, the reason I'm going to add this here is that I'm not listening to social media and all these things about showing up all the time. You got to do what you can, when you can, how you can. I'm limited in some ways. I'm using my iPhone 15 Pro, and my MacBook is a very old version, 10, 12, something like that. It's very old. Um, because I'm doing lives too on, again, on TikTok, which I've always loved. I've stepped up a notch. I was trying to upload it on my laptop so I can do it here to show certain things. I can't do it because of the version that I have. And so right now, I'm still at least grateful that I can still use it for certain things. So let me show you what I have. So I have my Substack account, which again, I have 2 pages. That was a complete accident. Again, I'm teaching myself every minute, everything. And so sometimes when I start and I don't fully understand, I make mistakes. But sometimes I say too, when that happens, maybe it's for a reason. So I have two publications on Substack, which literally, guys, it was complete accident, but it worked out in such an amazing way that I am able to split it for both my love letter, for the sovereign vows, which is, personalish, kind of, feminine-ish, things that I want to write about on there. So it, again, sometimes the universe is really and truly, your higher self is doing some things that you don't really understand until. And it's the same with some of my artwork. I am looking back at some of the things I was able to keep and walk with. And guys, the manifestation that I have already planted is quite amazing. Literally quite amazing. So I have a post that I'm putting out because the Gazette is ready this week. This week, everything came to me from Monday. The the ideas for what to share, what to talk about, and what is going in the Gazette, from the photos and everything came to me, and I wrote them down here, this is why I have this and the Notion app. But I need paper still because sometimes it's really good for me to see it like this and just write it down. So I started writing and also drawing, sometimes sketching a little things out. And so I was doing that, and again, because I was trying to do the TikTok stuff, trying to also use CapCut and Canva, I'm not able to use those things so much here. So you see right now I have TikTok, my page. I have YouTube, studio and YouTube. I have ChatGPT because I'm using it. It's not the same, but it's just to have. I don't really watch TV, but I need to find a way to still have German and now French in my environment. Why too? I've been dreaming that I'm speaking in French for about 2 months now. And I remember when I was living in Germany, when I started to eventually I did start taking a class, and my ex's aunt said to me, she asked me, "Are you dreaming in German?" And when I said yes, she was like, "When you start dreaming in a language, that means it's already getting into your system, you're already part of it, and you're gonna flow with it." And so I've been literally having dreams that I'm speaking in French. And so I'm just going with the flow. And then I have the both publications for Substack. So this is the Love Letter to Self one, and the other one, my name. And so I wanted to share that with you because I have my iPhone, I have my MacBook, I have a DJI Pocket 2, but I cannot use it because my laptop is very old and it's no longer synced with my cell phone because of the move. Somehow something happened. The Wi-Fi connection is not letting me. Actually too, it's because of the old number situation, and I've tried everything. So I need to get a cable to be able to reconnect it so that I can start using it. I have this tripod, this tall one, and I have a small one that I was using for carnival. I desperately, desperately, desperately want to get a new laptop. And I don't know, the universe asked me to put it out there. And I kept saying, really? But that's who I am. I just listen. So in my Gazette, I've put out the manifestation for a new MacBook Pro to upgrade and help me further with my creation. And the creation, I have to honestly say, of course it's going to be the editing for the Love Letter to Self vlog, but it's mostly and truly going to be for the Gazette and all these creative things that I love to do. Why? I have a few more ebooks that I really truly would love to eventually get out somehow. um, I'm gonna put it out there. I created already some journals and notepads and stuff like that, which is things I love. Stationery stuff. I'm a sucker for those things. I already have those things created. I really, truly do. And I would love to have the opportunity to be able to put it out there into the world. And I do want to make another coloring book, an actual coloring book. So I'm putting it out there. I want a new MacBook. I want a MacBook Pro, the best edition to assist me in my growth. I want to get the cable to get my DJI Pocket going so that I can continue with my Love Letter to Self vlogs. And I do want to get a SD card storage situation for all these things, because right now I'm literally just filming or taking pictures, doing what I need to, and then going back in and cleaning my phone. It's probably living in the cloud, yes, but I don't have access to it because I can't afford to pay for that membership right now. So I'm putting it out there. I want a new MacBook Pro. I really do. I know I'm going to enjoy it a lot because I do write a lot. My Substack this week, guys, I have a lot to say. I'm sending out already, or it's already scheduled. I have a lot to say. Again, I'm doing my best to make sure I have a love letter every Sunday, but the vlog itself is every other week because it's a lot. My phone right now, she's already given me an indication it's full, and I had to delete some stuff just to make sure that those love letter sections of my vlog stays there. And I can't really and truly do so much because I just have this. I edit everything here on my phone with CapCut. And I love CapCut. I'm still teaching myself more on YouTube. Every minute, I'm still teaching myself more with these things. My podcasts, I record it with my phone. I do everything. I do everything with my phone. I literally do everything besides some of the writing stuff um, on the computer as best as I can, paste it and send it where I can, where I'm able to do that. But most of everything is done on my phone. One day I would like to get an iPad too, which is something I was already looking into. I thought maybe if I don't get a computer just yet, I'll get an iPad, because I've always loved creating stuff. So I know that I can use the iPad as well. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm just putting it out there. Those are the things that I really want to help me with doing what I'm doing. And I am having so much fun because I did some cooking something, and I took this picture and I was like, Julia, that's not you. And you are aesthetic, you want it to look good. And I went back and I redid the whole picture, which that will come later on a camera. But the iPhone is doing such an amazing job. It's just that it's the storage situation. So yeah, that was it, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to seeing you guys next Friday. Again, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here or not with our lives, but I'm really and truly doing my best to read up. I read everything, so I just gotta just keep showing up, and maybe the rest will be shown to me somehow, some way. If you guys have any questions, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Tell me anything you want to hear from me from the hard math. What exactly, where do you want me to pinpoint? that is, you know, what you would like to know, and to grasp better. Do you guys enjoy the Gazette? Because I'm having a lot of fun with it. um yeah, that's it. Thank you guys. Bye.